Peace and greetings, my loves. This is your girl Naya here from Naya Thrives Chronicles, and this video is kind of a little bit of an extension of my card closet because someone had asked me which decks are on my working table. So this is, I cleaned up this little area on the side, and these are essentially my reach for go-to decks that I plan on using in 2020. This is just like the core set of them that I know that I always reach for. It never makes sense to put them in the box. They're always in my purse or on my table or whatever the case is. So I'll go ahead and talk about what's here. Okay, I'm making sure nothing is missing. All right, so I have about, 12 decks here. These are all tarot decks. So here we have the Thoth. This is the Vision Quest Tarot, which is a Thoth-based deck that I have had for a long time, and I haven't used it in a while. So I want to retouch base with this deck. I think it reads so beautifully. It's so gentle and straightforward all at the same time. I love it so much. This is my Orisha Tarot now. My Orisha Tarot, I don't typically, there's only a handful of people that I pull cards from this deck for, but mostly I use this deck for myself, for personal, spiritual moments. And then I have the Tabula Mundi in Minima, which is there as kind of in case I feel the need to grab it, because I do look for it sometimes and freak out when I don't have it next to me. Then back here I have the Oliver Hebert Tarot, which is a Rider-Waite Smith, base deck. It's really quirky. Here, I'll show it, so in case some of you guys are curious about it. I should put it, hold on, let me just, all right, I'm situating this so that you can actually see it. So I can show you what I'm working with. So Vision Quest, for those of you guys that don't know what Vision Quest looks like, this is the Vision Quest Tarot, and this is what the cards look like. I love the colors. I think it's so beautiful. Very, I don't know, it's just really good, and I haven't used it in a while, and so I just want to reconnect with this one. And just for Thoth base, this is the one that I chose for 2020. That is not the actual Thoth deck. Then the Oliver Hebert, which is very quirky, really psychedelic colors and things like that. This deck reads amazing. Even though it looks so wild, I really do get some pretty good intuitive insights from it. So that's the Oliver Hebert. So then, right here, these are two. I have the Hayworth Tarot, which you guys have seen me use, but I'll just go ahead and show it again. Oh, I love this deck so much. It's so good. It is Rider-Waite Smith base, but it has this very otherworldly kind of alien sci-fi, grotesque-ish type of vibe to it, and there's something about it that really just hits me in the core. And I haven't felt a deck like this since maybe Tabula Mundi, where I'm like, oh god, I love this deck so much, I can't like all extra. And I've been getting some really good readings with this deck. So yeah, Hayworth is in the go-to pile. I want to continue working with this deck in 2020. Moving right along, this is my Albino Waite here, and then this one is, so Albino Waite is in this case, which is really pretty. If you go to enchanted_path on Instagram, she makes these really pretty cases. I keep telling her she needs to just make a shop, so eventually we'll get there. And then this is the original Rider-Waite Smith. So, and one day I sat with all of my Rider-Waite decks that I have there, you know, and I pulled cards to say, okay, who wants to be my like work horse doggy dog deck? And these two gave me really the most like significant. Right here, I'm your person, or I'm your deck, you know. So that's that. Pagan Otherworlds works really. Pagan Otherworlds is just a mystical thing of its own. It reads really beautifully, and also it pairs really nicely with the destroyed Dondorf Lenormand. So I'm like, okay, I can live with that. Where would I be without my Triumph de la Luna, right? I have that here. I really am going to try not to reach for it that often, but it is one of my home decks. It's one of my home decks, so I don't want it to be far, so it's in the basket. Then here I have the Spanish Tarot, which I think I showed in the other video over here. It has like these, again, we have the little switch up with the swanky colors and all that kind of stuff there. I love that. I don't know what it is about this Temperance card that I love so much, but I love it. So that one, and then my Dodal Robledo 5th edition. That's the one that I constantly reach for. So this one is the working deck. I do have the 6th edition. I'll be using it for, and I'll show you why, because that's sitting right here. So I have the majors only of the Dodal sitting right here. Okay, so as I was saying, I do use the majors only from time to time, depending on what I'm reading. So I do have the Dodal majors right here. This is my 1889 Lenormand. This is the mini one, so it's really good for grand tableaus. My Reina George Lenormand, and actually these Lenormands in here are also kind of my go-to, which the Destroy Dondorf, and then the regular size 1889 Lenormand. You guys have seen my channel so far, you kind of notice which ones are repetitive. As far as reach for Oracle decks, Oracle of the Radiant Sun is like one of my favorites. It just gives me so much information. I don't know what it is about it, but it definitely gives me a lot of information and clarity. Okay, and then here I have the Cartomancer Archetypal Playing Card deck, which also is really insightful as well. So that's what that guy looks like. And I've done, you know, videos flipping through this one. So, you know, so this is pretty much kind of my core working stuff that I know as of right now at this moment that I constantly will reach for, will constantly use. I will use them in combination with each other and all those kinds of things there. Now, I do have, since I am doing a depth year this year, this is kind of what I want to focus on. I want to build just the working with these guys here. I know I have so many other decks here too in the closet, but this is what I tend to reach for the most, where it kind of feels like home. It's easy, it's not a problem, and if I'm not feeling one, I will definitely feel the other. So there's something about this give and take energy among this particular collection that I have. Now I do have a stack of other decks that I want to try to either incorporate, fold it into this working collection, or at least attempt to get a little bit closer to it. So I do have the Claire de Lune Lenormand. I really love this deck, and I just haven't really used it all that much. So I want to get reacquainted with this one at some point. The Darkness of Light has been a good reader, and it pairs really nicely with Claire de Lune. It's more of a darker toned deck, not macabre, just lights and shadows, which I can appreciate. It's just almost monochromatic, but not quite. So I'm gonna try and give this one and reacquaint myself with that and see how it feels. I still have not unboxed The Way of the Panda Tarot. I'm waiting until Christmas to open this one, and then I'll let you guys know how I feel about it, because you guys know I struggle with animal decks, so I'm really curious how I'm gonna register on with this one. But who doesn't love Kim from Fables Den, right? So gotta give it a shot. Now, one more tarot deck, actually 2 more tarot decks, and then a few oracles. So the Fountain Tarot. I really love this deck, and I don't utilize it as much as I feel like I should. So I want to try to incorporate that, and I'll be working with these kind of in December to get a feel for whether or not I want to include them here. And this basket is helping me to limit what stays in there and what doesn't, you know. Oracle of Oddities. Oracle deck is a deck that I've had forever, and I want to try pulling it out and utilizing it more often. There's something really beautiful about it for Oracle deck. And I've done unboxings for this one too, but you don't really see me use them too much in my videos because I don't usually pull them out as often as I would like to. All right. And I know this sounds like a lot, but honestly, these are the decks that I've kept coming back to or being curious about. So these ones here that I'm showing you now are kind of like on the fence-ish. I gotta give them a chance. So then we have Deviant Moon Borderless. As much as I love Patrick Valenza stuff, I haven't really given this deck so much of a chance. So I want to try to see if I resonate with it, or if I don't. If not, I will gift it or give it away or something like that, sadly. But then I have also his Royal Mischief playing cards, which are fun. So I want to see how maybe I can incorporate this into my practice. And then aside from those, the Soul Cards Oracle decks, I have both editions. I really love these. Hold on. But I just want to reacclimate myself with them and see how I can incorporate these back into my readings and stuff. So, I mean, you know, and then that's it. That's where I'm at. There's nothing more, nothing less. This is where I'm going to try and focus my energy on, my attempt to, for the depth here, to, you know, see if any of these that I have in this stack here will make it onto this table. Does that make sense? And if so, one in, one out. I think I have space for one more deck in here. So which one of these is gonna make it there is kind of sort of the question for me. All right, so, and it might change, maybe none of those work. Maybe I have to pull something else off of the card, out of the card closet, but you know, it is what it is. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Much love, many blessings. Peace.